Welcome back to another 10 cast. It's been another minute, mostly due to Beckett and I's laziness and travel restrictions. But we just had the Winners Only boys come out for a week, and we thought it'd be good to do an emergency podcast, check in with the folks, all 10 of you that listen.
Yep. 20% of which are winners only.
There are tens of listeners, and Trey does listen to the podcast. He tells us that we need to do it, so
we're doing it for Trey.
Absolutely.
This video is sponsored by Trey, personally, not winners only or Tango, just personal Trey sponsorship.
He's fueled us with his personal endorsement of this podcast.
Yeah. So what did we do with the boys while they were here? Simon and I actually did some planning, so we organized a couple courts. We had kind of a theme for the week, so the theme was Trey is riding an insane high following his big 4.0, first 4.0 title down in Texas. Worth celebrating for sure. But now, what's the next step? How do you get to the next level, which for most of us is 4.5?
Well, for me, it's been regressing back to 3.5, but
we will discuss Simon's tragic woes later. A little bit of tournament results, perhaps. Some tournament results, because I don't think we talked about that.
No, we haven't. I don't think we've done a podcast since before the French Open. So
yeah. Anyway, so we did some planning with Trey.
We did the most planning we've ever done for anything.
A shocking amount. They were here for, 4 days? It was 4 of the easiest days I've ever spent with Trey. Usually it's like 14 hours nonstop filming, but the boys did not take time off work. And since they're time zone behind, they actually worked their full-time jobs in the morning. And then it was off to play tennis and shoot videos, which was pretty, I don't know, I simply could not do that.
Well, I was also doing that, for the record, but
you don't work.
Was a little bit different, but those boys are workhorses. I also think, in general, they are leaning towards doing less courts per city they go to and focusing more on quality, and then also mixing in more actual city exploration. So I think we did a good job of balancing that. One of the main things we wanted to do when planning this trip was kind of show them the variety that Vancouver has to offer. So we started out sort of in the city center areas, around the skyscrapers, and then we hit the downtown east side, showed them a little bit of what that's all about.
Yeah, the contrast between the richest people and the poorest people in Vancouver is crazy, because sometimes they're separated by only a few blocks.
Yeah, and then we finished it off in North Van, which is like this entirely different country almost, of old growth trees, secluded, expensive neighborhoods, and that kind of thing. So I think overall, we tried to show them that diversity, and I think we succeeded to that point. One of their main talking points throughout their video, which you'll see soon, is just how insanely different Vancouver feels from one court to the next. So I'm pretty pleased about that.
Yeah, I'm excited about that too. And we did not even scrape the surface of what the other municipalities within the greater Vancouver area have. Like, we hit 2 courts in Burnaby, but when you get further inland, things do change quite a bit too. So
and there's tons of tennis out there.
Huge amount of tennis, for which I will be playing a tournament tomorrow, way out there in Surrey, the place where everyone gets shot.
One of my only, and I don't have many complaints, but one of my only complaints, if I did have to complain about Trey and Kyle, is I can never quite figure out whether or not they're having a good time. So as the organizers of this one, because before we've just joined them and it was on their little parade and we just tagged along like a couple of plus ones.
So we don't care if they're having fun, because we're having fun. We're somewhere new.
Exactly. But we planned this, and Kyle.
Were you anxious about
I was
they're
anxious because Kyle, he always has a happy look on his face. His disposition seems to be happy, but you never know, because a guy's always happy. He's also never happy. So that's there. And then Trey is just so stoic sometimes. You just look at him and you go, what?
He's like
are you
constantly
thinking?
Pondering. He's
yeah.
just like, and he's got a little bit of I'm always suffering look.
He does. Well, I think he's just constantly tired. Beckett and I have both decided that we are 80-year-old Italian grandmas, and we think that they're not eating enough. So if we had to mix in something, it'd be more calories for the Porschke brothers.
Like, they do not eat breakfast.
They don't eat breakfast. They're like 2%
And then
body
they
fat.
eat less than us
They're my size,
through
height-wise.
the day. Yeah, they're your size, height-wise.
They have more muscle than I
There's-
do, probably. Way less fat.
They're skinnier than me despite being taller, and they gas in about 2 seconds.
Well,
They
still,
run on empty like absolute champs.
They still
don't get me
perform,
wrong.
but they do get tired. I mean, Kyle is basically narcoleptic. He will,
Yeah.
he will fall asleep in any circumstance.
I was worried if like he was gonna be the one stuck on the bike to Stanley Park.
He might fall
If
asleep.
he was just gonna fall asleep mid ride, because when in motion, that guy hits the hay.
Did he make it the whole boat ride?
He did make it the whole boat ride because he was so amazed by how beautiful it's False Creek, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, False Creek was. So
There we go. What was your highlight of the trip?
your mic's on, right? I just sometimes get anxious. Overall, my highlight of the trip. It's so hard to say. A lot of the time we do have specific moments, but because we were in a city that we knew everything that was kind of going to happen, and a lot of the stuff we had done before. So there wasn't anything that stood out as like a miracle experience that was like a first time. I love going to Korean barbecue, so we had to make sure we went to Korean barbecue. That was awesome. Darby, Trey's wife, doesn't eat Korean barbecue, doesn't like Korean barbecue until now, because she had Vancouver's Korean barbecue, which is world class, and so she was pigging out, which turning people around on food is something that's always pretty satisfying for me. And then best court, I love Kate's Park. I guess the most unique experience we had was probably the Hollyburn grass.
Yeah, the Hollyburn grass was insane. That was like steamrolled flat. Oh my goodness. That was like steamrolled flat courts. Like there was no funny bounces, no funny business. It was just all good, delicious grass court play. My main problem for me, my tennis is absolutely terrible right now. It's in a complete state.
We're locked into the emergency room on exactly what to do with Simon's tennis. What would you say are your like 3 biggest pain points right now?
I feel like more than anything, I just like lose vision of where the ball's going to be for me. I don't know if that's just because I took it up too late and I'm not natural enough at it, or what it is, or maybe it's the hip problems that I've been having again lately that are preventing my movement from being as good as I'd like. But
Simon had his sister's wedding, and then the next week he had like a baby shower, and he gained back all the 5 pounds that he lost.
It's been devastating overall.
It's taken a toll.
I know. I've had several events where I've been forced to be sociable, and by being forced to be sociable, I've been forced to be drunk. So that didn't help. Eating too much, not getting enough sleep, Allie being gone, so I was not eating necessarily as good as I could have been.
We had Tim Hortons like 3 times in one day.
That is true. So
and how many blizzards?
all of
Way
those
too
things haven't helped me stay on track, but I think more than anything, my confidence just got shot. I played a tournament, and I literally felt before that tournament like my tennis had never been better. My forehand was loose. I was accelerating through the ball really nicely. And then I showed up for the tournament, and I don't necessarily feel nervous. I don't feel tight. Like I don't have that constriction. I was still serving well. I was doing everything except for ground strokes. My volleys were fine, but every time I tried to step into a forehand, I'd hit it basically over the fence. And then if I tried to dial it back, I was just hitting it off the back foot, and nothing was working. And I literally have not recovered since. It's been now over a month and a half of me just being in the trenches of 3.5.
Yeah, like when Simon and Trey's set comes out, you'll see the kind of tennis he's had to start playing. Like, I know you all think Simon sucks ass anyway.
That is true.
Even though a lot of viewers have complimented you on improvements lately to your game. you'll see Simon like complete fear to do anything off his forehand. He just chips it short and says, Trey, what are you going to do? And because, no offense to Trey, he's not always the most thoughtful guy on court. So he was constantly not approaching to your forehand, which if he did, it would have been skyball, no problem. But he would go to your backhand, which your backhand is solid. So you're ripping some epic passing shots. But I think that match, you'll see that Simon still like kind of knows what he needs to do to win. And in that one compared to the tournament, I don't know if it's the changed environment or the fact that we're using actually decent balls, but like you're there and you're in it and you're fighting and you're having a good time. But when we sign up for a tournament, you're like, look like you're ready to quit.
No, I still fought both my matches. I played 2 4.0 matches. I lost both of them first round, but I lost both of them in third set tiebreakers. Like, I was still grinding. I was still trying to find it. So it wasn't like I was completely outmatched, and that was part of my problem is I felt like I was playing, and I know I was playing really bad tennis, but I was able to kind of squeak through by using bad habits, chip and charge mentality, all that stuff. Which
that stuff works super well.
But it's not good for longevity.
Level.
It's not good for getting better. It doesn't feel like I'm helping my tennis game. It just feels like I'm trying to put a Band-Aid on a bigger issue, which is deeply frustrating. But enough about my bad tennis. You also played a tournament, which is big news. You played Burnaby Open.
I
was about to accuse you of playing Stanley, which would have been insane.
No, I didn't play Stanley because I was away. I played a tournament. First round, I won 3 consecutive sets, 6-1.
That's insane.
Yeah, so
let's just stop the story there.
I was at my parents' place the week leading up to the tournament, no problem. Except for the fact that flying back, I get stuck on the runway in Calgary for an hour. So they stop the air circulation in there. So you're just getting stale air. You're breathing in everyone's germs. I contracted what I do believe to be COVID. Not that I'm like testing myself because that's absurd. Spent 2 days like bedridden. Third sorest throat I've ever had. The next day I couldn't breathe because I was so stuffed up. Managed to clear most of the active symptoms for my match. So I got sick on Monday, matches Wednesday at 5. Show up. Dude is late by about 20 minutes. I don't take the default. We just play. Cruise through it 6-1, 6-1. The guy is like a 4.0 player, but he also gets really tight in tournaments. So for him to sign up for a 4.5, I think it was a very ambitious play, and it's nice to see what that kind of level can bring as that kind of player. But I was able to get through that, I think, because of that reason. He was a little bit out of his depth. And then the next round, I'm playing like a classic tournament player, plays a bunch of the tournaments, making it deep in 4.5. Take the first set 6-1. Second set, guy starts finding his serve, which he has a serve-oriented game, so we were pretty tight. It's 3-all in the third, and then my heart rate uncontrollable, can't breathe. Clearly have not really gotten away from the sickness as much as I would have needed to if I was going to have a chance to beat this guy. So he was just not someone I was going to be able to beat on that day. And then in doubles, it was better because I didn't have to rely on my fitness. We made it through to the semifinals, which was solid. And then Mitch has been on the channel before. We just got taken down by 2 guys who were just way too good. And I didn't think I was going to go in winning, and maybe that's bad attitude, but yeah, they were too good. I think most days in the week they're beating us pretty comprehensively.
What was the score in that one? Because that's the only one I didn't watch.
1-2 or something, devastating. Not to throw Mitch under the bus or anything, but Mitch walks up, he's serving first. He's like, my service feeling good, I'm going to serve. 4 double faults in the opening game. But whether he held that game or not, I don't think it would have had a significant outcome on the match because, the guy's world tennis number was, lower than it should have been to enter 4.5.
So you're saying he sandbagged.
He sandbagged big time, JP.
Because
I know
there's
what you're
open
doing.
doubles.
There's open doubles,
way
but I
more
don't think
prize
he was
money.
good enough for open.
Yeah.
And that's the problem that we have in our tournaments now. We have a lot of 4.5 and upper level 4.5s. And then the open is just such a huge gap because you're talking about college level players, top juniors. And it's not easy to make the gap from 4.5 to open, and I think there's a real need for a 5.0.
Isn't that Alan's problem? Like, he's not allowed to play 4.5s. And you look at him and you go, well, you're like, just looking at him, you go, he's a 4.5. He's a good 4.5. But unfortunately for him, he's simply too clutch. And so he's just done too well in tournaments, and now people don't let him play 4.5s, which I don't understand because he's obviously not an open level player. No offense to Alan.
It's not like Alan is too good to be playing 4.5.
No. So it's kind of insane because now he can't play tournaments because he prefers doubles over singles. And
I think for his channel, singles is probably better, but
I guess I like recreational doubles because there's a lot of action and a lot of mistakes, and it's pretty fun
to watch though, like on video.
That's true. I don't know.
Considering we don't even watch pro doubles.
All right. Well, who cares about pro doubles players? Like, you want storylines. That's why they're trying to bring
Will Buick, and that's about it.
That's why they're trying to bring singles players into the doubles action, and everybody's up in arms about it. It's like, hey, we want people to actually watch this thing that we're paying people to play.
Yeah.
And it's everyone's anyways. Well, let's end it off by you telling us what is in store over the next couple weeks for TennCom. I don't think we've updated them that we're down to one video.
We're doing like 2 videos a month now because I have like a documentary that I need to actually start editing. Like a fairly big auxiliary project outside of TennCom that I'm working on.
Are you allowed to talk about that?
I've talked about it to the members and on the live stream. It's kind of boring, I think, for most people. So that's one of the reasons we're doing a little bit less videos. I also want to work on my video creation skills, so I feel like I need more time to do it. I've gotten to the point where if I'm putting out one video a week, I'm not feeling like I'm doing my best with each video. I'm doing my best considering the time constraint, but not my best. And I think when the Winners Only Court Tour, that our side of it, comes out, you'll see something that's a little bit closer to like my best work. I'm maybe 12 minutes into the video so far, and the edit, it's going to be probably way too long, but it'll be epic, and I'm really excited for you all to see it. And racket-wise, there's a new Speed Legend coming out, Speed Legend 2.
Will it be faster?
No, but apparently it's like
or
an early release of next year.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah. So I'm supposed to be getting that. We'll see. I never really know if I'm getting stuff until it actually arrives.
Have you seen the paint scheme? Does it look different?
It's just black.
Oh.
All the Legend stuff has always been black.
Interesting.
Yeah. So it'll be cool that they're kind of like pre-releasing the next version, and we'll see if it's really any different or if it's just the same thing. But yeah.
Well, we've got the intro. We've got the first 10 minutes down of this video we made with the Porschke brothers, and it's looking to be an absolute stonker of a video. So
like,
I think it might be our best video ever.
What is the like letters in their last name to syllables ratio? Because it's obscene.
It is.
It's like 10 letters long and 2 syllables.
What even ethnicity is it? I don't know.
Texan.
It's just Texan. Is the Porschke? Hey, Porschke.
No questions, but we will answer questions in the next pod. Leave your questions in the comments to the pinned comment if Simon pins it. I don't even know if we're going to be able to upload this because I have not fixed our YouTube thing.
Well, that's a good point. Well, if you see this, that means good things are coming for TennCom Unlimited. If you don't, it means that it's been shadow banned and this may never be published again.
Pickleball channel.
Yeah, hey, that's possible. I might have to quit tennis for pickleball.
Video.
Oh, that's a good point. We totally forgot about that. I'm way better at pickleball than Beckett, and it's pretty embarrassing, honestly.
When I'm playing, I'm like, I'm not so bad at this. And then when I rewatch my hitting footage, I'm like, dear Lord.
You just make like so many insane mistakes. It feels like how you must feel watching me play tennis.
I don't judge you when you play tennis.
That's I apologize.
That's all for this pod.